name is Felix and you Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And yeah, sometimes the good Lord is good to you. Sometimes, yes, the planets align and you know, the fates smile upon you, and you're given a little freebie, which is what happened to me today. I was doing a video. I'm not sure if I'm putting this out before or after that video. Talking about, you know, who will be the next Doctor Who, and it dovetailing very much into the BBC implosion. And I saw there was an article in Daily Express about how BBC is, you know, imploding completely. So I went there to search for the article. Firstly, I had to wade through like a gazillion articles telling me how the BBC is imploding and how much everybody hates it, like how much everybody hates the BBC. Finally found the right one. But first article, number one article, was a little gift. It was Sylvester McCoy talking about being axed. I thought, aha, Svi, you can make a video about that. And I, by jiggery, I shall. So we're going to read it together. Before we get into it, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? Everybody likes to be liked, right? Everybody likes to be liked. Hit that like button. Hit the share button. Sharing is caring, baby. Sharing is caring, you know, with the exception of bodily fluids. That's not very caring. No, you don't share those unless specifically requested to. Don't share those. But generally speaking, sharing is caring. And, yeah, comment is very good. But hit that subscribe button as well. I'm about 2 subscribers away from... was it 2,750? Woohoo! I'm very excited. I don't know what the 2,750 benchmark is that I'm looking for to get, but I want to get there anyway. Thank you very much. So if you could hit the subscribe button, that'll be fan, that'd be double dozy. And of course, it's what we independent voices need to stay, you know, vaguely in the same ballpark as competitive, you know, on these social media platforms where we're not overly loved. We're not, let's be honest, we're not overly loved here, because we tend to say things that aren't exactly the right things. Anyway, you can do all those things. That'll be fantastic. If you subscribe, it's a subscriber. Of course, there's a wee little bonus. You can enter my weekly competitions. The prize this week is Machismo, if I'm pronouncing it right. Not Machismo. It's just read the complete case file. It's like literally in front of me on the bloody screen. The complete case files, volume 18, with the Machismo storyline in it. Freaking awesome. I love this storyline. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe in the comments. Leave the hashtag Machismo, which I am doubtless pronouncing wrong. Go check the video notes. Everything is right there you need to know to win it. We'll do the prize draw on Tuesday. I don't know. Is tomorrow? Is today's Sunday? So I guess it's the 2nd. Tuesday the 2nd. You want to be around on February the 13th, Saturday, February the 13th, when I'm launching my Indiegogo. If you like prizes, who doesn't like prizes? Everybody likes prizes. I'm giving away a freaking ton of prizes on the 13th when I launch these Indiegogo for these 2 fantastic graphic novels. You get one of these 4 art cards with any purchase, or you get a free chaser one if you get the package with all 4. But join the email list, and you get informed about all the upcoming prize giveaways that we will be doing, which will hopefully give you the inside track to win stuff. Again, you like stuff, I like stuff. I think one of the few things we can bond on. One of the few things we can bond over is that we all like stuff. Not that I would recommend bondage. You know, if that's not your bag, man. Okay. You know what wasn't somebody's bag? Sylvester McCoy's. It wasn't his bag being cancelled. Now, which is the right thing? Is it over? Yeah, we go. Doink. Sylvester McCoy star. Doctor Who star, no, it's not Sylvester McCoy. Doctor Who star, Sylvester McCoy, breaks silence on axing BBC show. I was really miffed. That doesn't sound, like outrage to me. I was really miffed. Sylvester McCoy has exclusively spoken to express.co.uk. I don't think you can call it exclusive when nobody else is talking to you, right? I mean, listen, we talked to him in Doctor Who magazine, we talked to him at Big Finish, but, you know, like, exclusively, on being axed by the BBC while playing Doctor Who, addressing his annoyance at the public broadcaster's handling of the situation. You know, it's the complete inverse right now of the current, Doctor Who landscape, where, you know, I think it's getting ratings, I think, worse now, worse than Sylvester McCoy got, which caused it to be axed, but it's still the incredibly bad handling by the BBC, that they're just, like, keeping this, like, animated course, going. So, Sylvester McCoy, 77, shared with the express.co.uk. It didn't even make it into the print edition, okay? Although, somebody told me they're not even charging for print editions of papers anymore. Was it The Sun they give away for free? It kind of makes sense. I guess the sales revenue from it isn't really the biggest deal. It's all the advertising and stuff like that. Express.co.uk that he was really miffed after he was let go by the BBC after they originally twisted his arm to stay on playing the Doctor Who during its final run in the 1980s. Wait, he was very on board to be in the third year. I think they twisted his arm. I think what happened is this. John Nathan Turner had discussions with him about continuing for a fourth year, and I think that probably would have been his final year. And if you want to know what that year would have been like, Big Finish did a adaptations of like the rough ideas for scripts that Andrew Cartmel had. Didn't really work, actually. I have to tell you, it was one of their weakest missing adventures. I think because the casting of the new companion, what's her name, Rain, was Beth Chalmers, and fine actress, like her, but she just didn't really work. I think the original person they wanted to play that in the 80s was Julia Swahala, was it the woman from Absolutely Fabulous? They played what's the name's daughter. Yeah, no, that's what they wanted. And also, if they went, Sylvester McCoy would have probably done a fourth year. They were talking about him regenerating out of insanity in an asylum, and then moving on from that, the most likely actor would have been Richard Griffiths, who was also in With Nail and I, making him the third male lead in With Nail and I who would have played the Doctor. I mean, really, you got Richard E. Grant, you got Paul McGann, of course, and then you got what was it, Richard Harris, Peter Harris, whatever, the fat guy who had the great line to Paul McGann saying, "I must have you, even if it is burglary." That's one of the greatest lines of all time. So basically, everybody in With Nail and I now has been lined up to be the Doctor. I think, with the exception of the guy who invented the Clapham carrot, the Camberwell carrot, a giant joint that they rolled in either Clapham or Camberwell, one of the two. He's about the only guy I think who has not been linked to the role as yet. So the Scottish actor only wanted to stay on playing the time travel for 3 years, but were urged by the public broadcasters to sign for a fourth year, only for them to be cut short in this run. Yeah, I can see that's why. Yeah, I can see that's why he'll be miffed, right? I think John Nathan Turner, did take him out for lunch, wanted to continue. Look, John Nathan Turner. Dream was always to move on, and he wanted to move on with like a whole box full of signed contracts for the next producer to move forward to do whatever he wanted. But the BBC was so freaking dirty. So they kept promising John Nathan Turner he could leave, right? This was back in the Colin Baker years. Like, yeah, you can leave, And they said, okay, you just got to do one more job. This is, 86, 87. You just got to fire Colin Baker, and then you can leave. And he's like, what? And so he did. He fired Colin Baker, and they said, oh, yeah, we need you to stay, right? We need you to stay. And then, things started to turn around. But honestly, the reason Doctor Who was cancelled more than anything is that they wanted to stop having in-house producers. And John Nathan Turner was the last one, right? Was the last one, and that's why they need to get rid of Doctor Who. Sylvester explained, Peter Davison, who played the Doctor before him, told me, only do 3 years. So I thought when I signed on, I was going to do 3 years. Yeah, listen, I think a fourth year would have been good, and certainly his life on Big Finish has been pretty darn good. In the second year, the producer came to me and said, "Listen, we like what you're doing, so we would like to book you for a fourth year." And he went, "I'm not sure." He went, "If you don't do a fourth year, you won't do a third." Whoa, that's a bit tough there, JNT, right? So okay. So they twisted my arm. Oh my God, this picture of Liz Hurley. Okay, we can see it in the corner over here. That's me going over here. She looks good. Okay, listen, you're casting for the Full Things Doctor. I think. Oh well, yeah, I got a better picture. Okay, that should be the 14th Doctor. Let me just zoom in. Okay, this is my pitch for the 14th Doctor. This is the 14th. This should be the 14th Doctor, and that should be her outfit, right? That should be her outfit. But that picture's been going everywhere. Okay, back over here. So they twisted my arm, and I agreed to do a fourth year. However, Sylvester was left unimpressed after they all of a sudden decided to put the show on hiatus. It wasn't a hiatus; they cancelled it. They put it on hiatus with Colin Baker, right? The year before they made Genty fire him. But you listen, this is the dirty business of the entertainment industry. People lie constantly, right? I think people have been lying constantly to Jodie Whittaker, telling her she's done a good job, right? Don't you think that's been happening? That's what I think's been happening. He can then do. I was really miffed when they came through and they said they decided not to do a fourth year after twisting my arm. Honestly, I think you're really miffed that you were the doctor on deck when it went down, right? Which is, I think, will be roughly the title of this video. Sylvester McCoy explains to Jodie Whittaker what it's like to be the incumbent doctor when the series implodes. That's a pretty good title. I think I'll go for that. It looked negative on my part. It made me look like it was my fault, but it was to do with politics. 100% right. Now, listen, in the current year, I wouldn't put the entirety of the blame on Jodie Whittaker at all. You know, I think her performance has been absolutely diabolical, but I think her casting was just a very bad idea. Her direction was terrible. And it's like I would put it mostly on Chris Chibnall. The actor believes that he was axed after they decided to make a film version of the show. No, I think you're wrong. That film version was kicking around for a long time. What I think happened is Alan Yentov, who was the director general of BBC at the time, got a sniff that Amblin, was it Amblin? Like Philip Siegel, who went on to actually did the Paul McGann, was really sniffing around to do an Anglo-American version of the show, which would have had a ton of money pumped into it and would have made it a much more high profile and I think successful show. So yeah, he was angling for that, and I do believe having Doctor Who on screen at the time was a problem. But that's what cancelled the Dark Dimension, I believe, the 30th anniversary special. But I remember at the time they were talking about somebody floated the name of David Hasselhoff playing the Doctor, and this gives you an idea of the BBC in the late 80s. They went, really? David Hasselhoff? That sounds incredible. Let's get rid of this McCoy guy so we can get him on board. Sister Shed, I think there was a film company who wanted to make a film. Yeah, but that was going back from like before you're right. In fact, I saw before he became the Doctor, right? It was a Panopticon, which is one of the big Doctor Who conventions the Doctor Who Appreciation Society had. This is when they had them in London. This was, I'm almost positive this was during the Colin Baker's time, but it was called Coast to Coast, and they had Carolyn Munro, who was this very glamorous James Bond girl, or I can't remember, which was right, but she was supposed to be in the movie. So anyway, there was a panel with the people from Coast to Coast. It was written by Johnny Byrne, who were talking about the show. But it was the two things weren't. I don't think the two things were conflicting with each other. But it did make me rather annoyed. Listen, I think people in the entertainment industry lie a lot. I think they lie very freely, and I think people will be annoyed when it goes down, if Doctor Who goes down. I'll be sad that they drove it into the ground. By the way, again, one more time. If you want a female doctor, right? You want a female doctor and it not to go bad. This is your female doctor right here, okay? Female doctor already in outfit, already in costume. I can't say that strongly enough. But it did not mean in 2005 the show was revived with Chris Eccleston playing the Time Lord and Billy Piper as his assistant Rose Tyler. For so far, 13 actors have headlined the series. And in 2017, Jodie Whittaker became the first woman to play the role. Sylvester said her incarnation on Time Lord. Said of her incarnation, she was great. We all said that before we saw her, right? We all said that before we saw her. I was wondering if it would work having a woman play the role. This must have been after the first episode, because it had worked so far. But after 10 minutes of watching her, I realized that she was and is a doctor. After 10 minutes, I was fine too. It was after 10 episodes, I was like, not so much. I sent her a message which said one small step for a woman and one giant leap for womankind, and that is why it's failed. And it could have worked. I think it could have worked. I think if they just made Doctor Who and happened to have the main character woman, or maybe focus on her being female rather than making some kind of like androgynous, weird, trans, floppy-haired muppet that they're paying her as. Yeah, I think it probably could work. The transition from one actor to another is written into the plot of the show with the concept of regeneration. Yeah, no, I'm aware of that. Each actor's portrayal was unique, yes, but there is a through line where you kind of recognize him being the same character. But all represent stages in the life of the same character, apart from the latest one, and together they form a single lifetime with a single narrative. No. Not according to Chris Jimble. Sylvester McCoy. Sylvester is now set to appear in The Owners, starring Game of Thrones Maisie Williams, who would have been a better bloody Doctor than Sophie Aldred. Not Sophie Aldred. Then oh my God, I'm terribly sorry, Sophie. Then Jodie Whittaker. I was looking at my Ace action figure. Okay, right above my screen, right here, I have my Doctor Who action figures. I had my eye cabinet glancing Ace action figure. So yeah, I said that. I don't have a Jodie Whittaker action figure because why would I? Opening up and working with the young stars, Sylvester said Maisie was astonishing. Maisie Amazing Williams, as I call her. Yeah, listen, I think she was great in Game of Thrones. I think the whole, what was it, when she was in the Capaldi episodes as Alicia or whatever, I think she was good in that. I think they had a ready-made feminine Doctor Who sister show in there with the Clara and Alicia adventures, or you could have done the Paternoster gang. You could have done so much, but sadly, they did so little. So there you go, Sylvester McCoy, explaining he's a little bit miffed. I wonder what's, I was going to say Sophie Aldred again. I wonder if Jodie Whittaker will be equally a little bit miffed when the ship goes down. Although, tell you, if she regenerates, right, at the end of season 13, right, into probably, what's the name? Paramema, Nagra, Panda Bear, whatever freaking name is. And she's like, Duke, and you see her for like a second, right? That makes her the incumbent Doctor as the show is cancelled, and she can go, I'm safe. Jodie Whittaker goes, no, I'm fine. It's clearly this chick that's destroyed it, right? It's clearly her, not me. So yeah, that she would make her the luckiest woman in Doctor Who history. My name is Sheila Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.